I'm all about it tonight, aren't I? I'm not doing well at all, really. So for those, just to catch people up there, we were just discussing find of a lifetime of a ring that had been found, a medieval ring in Fulford, which is in York. So that's been found. Beautiful looking ring, absolutely fantastic. Another big piece of news today that came out was that we are all concerned about. Metal pollution will hide British treasures forever, detectorists warn. And that's basically all the rubbish that we know of that's in the ground, the green waste, etc., etc. And we, as metal detectorists, are struggling to actually find things. We go onto a site. I went onto one last year, Group Dig, and sadly it was everywhere was strewn with metal rubbish. So we found it very, very difficult to obviously metal detect. So they're the two news items of this week. And I can now introduce you to Mr. John Titchin and Jackie Smith. How are we both?
Hi.
Hello, people. Thanks for tuning into the All Metal Mode podcast tonight.
It's the wrong one. It's the Big Metal Detecting podcast.
Yeah, that one.
John's actually waving at the camera and such like, and obviously the podcast being that people listen and the vidcast that people can see. So for those who are listening, anyway, how are you both? Are you both well?
Yeah, we're good. We're just chilling out and doing the usual, getting ready forward to another dig on the weekend, which we do every Sunday. So we always look forward to that, which is good.
Anywhere nice?
Wales.
New land.
Oh, marvellous.
Mm.
And is this with was his name Steve? The
cheese man.
The cheese man, yeah. Out them ways again. Whereabouts? I know you've been mould a few times with him.
Yeah,
it's
the same area.
Denby, that way.
Denby, yeah. I know Denby very well.
Abergele. I mean, we used to go a lot around Cheshire your ways with different clubs back in the day.
About 10 years ago.
Yeah, plus. But we've been local around like Merseyside area, but the last about 2 years we've been hitting a lot of Wales, and we've had some really good stuff from Wales, or the group, I shall say. Yeah.
I've actually seen, obviously, a lot of the things that you've been finding via generally Jackie's videos. I've watched Jackie's for years. No disrespect to yourself, John.
Thanks, mate.
There's so many that I was following. I've had to stop watching a lot because I just didn't have the opportunity. And it's only recently, again, I've started, instead of watching films on Netflix and such like in work, I've started to watch YouTube videos again. So, yes, I've been watching recently. Again, I'm catching up. But because Jackie, obviously, we started, obviously, due to the content of your own with some of the words now and again. We couldn't put that on the website, but Jackie's was a bit more refined.
Yeah, I'm more refined.
as you know, Dave, I'm a bit crazy at times.
Absolutely.
It's harmless fun, mate. That's
definitely. I know that. And Jackie, I'm actually shocked at Jackie speaking, because last time I put a speaker in front of Jackie's face, she went dumb.
because John spent half an hour telling everyone everything there was to know about Detectable, and I just didn't know what else to say about it.
No, she's had a couple of drinks, you see, so she's a bit more sort of time.
I've got Pepsi. No, it's Coca-Cola, actually.
Yeah, so for those of you who are listening, John's videos, they're fantastic, lots of fun. Probably one of the funnest of all YouTube metal detectorist videos.
Thanks.
They are, and I wouldn't disrespect you in any way at all, but obviously Jackie's were, because of the children that use the website, because we have a lot of schools use the websites. Some of John's antics wouldn't go very well. So, but yes, anyway, I appreciate. We met each other. I ran a dig up at for the Mayor of Rochdale about 4 years ago, and you both came along to that, and we've kept in communication ever since.
Yeah, the Lee Rigby Memorial dig it was.
Yes.
It was, yes. Fantastic day.
The mayor of Rochdale, wasn't it, who turned up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
It was a good event, good turnout, good money raised for a good charity, and everyone enjoyed themselves, and that's when we first met your good self there. Yeah,
it was. Good. And the mayor, actually, at that time, he was Lee Rigby's uncle. So That was that's how it all came about. And we had, as I say, we had a good day. We had gold come up, and we had a beautiful cannonball as well, which, if I remember correctly, was found there as well.
Yeah.
So, how did you both get into the hobby in the first place?
Yeah.
Right.
I've got loads of things written down as well that
I'll
I'm going to
speak-
speak about later.
I'll
so.
speak first before John gets in this one. I started metal detecting with my late father when I was about 7, and he had the first C-scope. But then they just used to go like footpaths, parks. They didn't do it like we do it now. It was just mostly footpaths, and that's all I remember. But then, about 12 years ago, I got really bored of John's hobbies because he was like,
we'll talk about that.
It was
later.
really extreme.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, I'm going back into metal detecting with my dad. And John were calling us nerds. Oh, you pair of nerds. Anyway, John actually bought, was it from Macklin?
It was on the internet. It was a cheap, I think it was a Treasure Pro 2000 or something like that. I went to New Brighton Beach and all I got was a Stella can, wasn't it?
And then you went to Formby Beach. I think you got a gold ring.
Yeah.
So then he started slowly, he went, oh, I need a better machine. And then he started going out on my dad's digs. And then he got hooked, like the rest of us.
Yeah.
So how long ago was that then, John, about?
12 years. Yeah. 12 years ago.
And you've been everywhere. I've met you multiple sites throughout the UK, and I know you've been along and supported Team of Yorkshire, the Polish lads, numerous times as well. So you've had a lot of miles under your belt as well.
I mean, back in the day, I've got some things written down. Obviously, we know Brian and Mo, who started the Southlands Club.
Yeah.
We were in that for a number of years, and obviously bits and bobs happened and digs dried up. So
that's them who do the UK Detector Net for us.
Yes, Brian and Mo,
yeah.
He runs Museum Reproductions as well.
Yeah.
Lovely couple. I mean, some of the digs we've been on, we started back in like Weekend Wanderers back in the day. We used to go to Coil to the Soil here in North back in the day. Even before it was Coil to the Soil, wasn't it? We went to their digs in Doncaster Way. We've been to so many weekenders in the past. We've met so many lovely people. I mean, the only thing I like about this hobby is, I mean, if it was just, I'd rather not detect with just me and Jackie. I'd rather go with a big crew and obviously have a laugh, share good fun, and that's what it's about. I mean, along the way, we've met some amazing people over the years. It's been unbelievable, and that's what gives it for me for the hobby. Anything else, you know, it's just unbelievable. I mean, you know, it's the weekenders we've been on. We've had some amazing laughs, haven't we?
And your mum's shocked at how much history you actually
know.
know.
I mean, believe it or not, obviously me at school was terrible with the history, but I stayed off school for the last 2 years before I got into the trade, which I'm in now, which is a heating engineer, commercial plumber. And when I show the finds, my parents are unbelievable when I say, oh yeah, this is Henry VIII hammered coin, this is maybe a half groat, and this is how you ID the coins. And she's so shocked. She actually takes pictures of some of the stuff and sends them to her friends, and she's amazed by like the things that I do. She's proud of me in a way, which is good. You know, the knowledge that I've learned. I mean, that's just a part of it, but I mean, to me, it's the friendship more than anything. I mean, the things that have happened to us over the years, isn't it? I mean, even like people all over the world send us gifts. I mean, we've got a drawer full of gifts here, silver dollars. We've got all the 51 state coins, haven't we? We've got some of the people we mentioned. I mean,
and some have sadly passed away.
Yeah, some of them have passed away, which is a good friend of ours, if you don't mind me mentioning, which is
of course, mate.
Penny Digger.
Thomas,
which is obviously, he was a digger. He got dealt a few bad cards. I've made a video on this on my channel, by the way. He was a lovely fella. People used to send him bits and bobs. He sent us stuff, and sadly, he had a clot in his leg. He had to remove his leg, and unfortunately, he passed away. But I mean, we get gifts from all over the world, don't we? Which is good. I mean, one of our furthest followers, I must say this. I've sent him a link on Facebook tonight, which is Kiri Six in Alaska. If you check his videos on YouTube, he's got a couple of channels.
Yeah, he should be watching right now.
He should be watching, which is Motorhome Alaska. He's got a video there on YouTube, which he boiled a pan of water, which was I think it was minus 50 degrees, and he throws it up in the air and it missed. He's got a thing going at the minute as well. We've sent him loads of bits over the years in the past, and he's actually done a video recently where he's actually made a treasure chest of all the stuff. No, of all the stuff he's ever found. Like he does a lot of park digging and stuff in the snow, and he's actually made a treasure chest of all his finds. And obviously, a lot of mine and Jackie's stuff has gone in there.
And my dad.
Jackie's dad gives us a few bits, and the last stuff was to go in the box. Was the recent stuff we sent him? When was it? About four months ago.
But he's made a map.
So he's buried this treasure somewhere in Alaska.
In the gold.
And he gives some like tips of like where it could be, and you know there's hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of stuff. You know, a lot of treasure in this box. It's a big box. So he's a good channel to watch. So he's one of probably maybe one of my furthest followers, maybe. Yeah, and he's a good YouTuber.
I'm putting my hands on.
Oh yeah, Jackie's doing some promoting here. Yeah.
Do you know you've just had Luke's found a little piece that we I've not seen us have before. As I said, we're publishing this live on the video cast through social media, and he's found a great little piece on there, which everybody who comments on it is actually coming up on the video. I don't know if you can see it on the bottom left-hand corner under me. And Andy Jones is on there. He says hello.
Hello, Andrew.
Team of Yorkshire, Anna Lenk.
Anna's here. Hello, Anna.
Yeah. Ian Ruiz said that it was you who actually got him into metal detecting when he worked with you.
Yeah.
John Rigby says hello all from the National Council for Metal Detecting. Yeah. So we've got a number of people. I'm trying to keep my eye on two things. Obviously, we've got the chat room in the on the Spreaker page itself where people normally come and chat. But obviously now I'm trying to keep my eye on the other because I didn't realise people commented on
We can see it,
John.
John, where does the dog's arse comes from? Who coined that phrase originally?
Right. There's a story about this. This originally.
It's his birthday today as well.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, John.
No, it's not. It's not my birthday.
The guy.
Oh, right.
I've got a lot. If you've got a lot of time, I've got some good stories to tell you over the years, and I've got some things written down. I've got a list of things. Loads of stuff written down. Hang on, toilet rolls.
You're going off track.
Tea bags. Oh, sorry, that's the shopping list. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, the dog's ass thing was when we first started metal detecting. There's a fella called Mark Redfern,
and it's his birthday today.
It's his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Mark.
Right. So when we were in a club, we used to go on a lot of weekends, like digging up the past, which is down like North Hants area.
It was digging up the past.
So we've been on a lot of weekenders together, getting really drunk and acting silly. He's got the same temperament as me. He loves his hot food like I do, and obviously he likes a good drink, and that we have a laugh on the weekenders. So one weekender we went on this dig, and he gathered a few drinks, and
Captain Morgan's.
I said, what do you reckon of this weekend? And he goes, it's dog ass, like that, right? So I took no notice of it, seriously. But
the more he had to drink,
the
more he started shouting it.
He did. So we went on this weekend down North Hants, and he got absolutely, basically walloped. And he's putting this. We had a little tiny campfire about that big, little tiny campfire. And he put stuff on it. The next minute, the fire is about what? I'd say about 10 foot high off this little box. Then he throws his shoes on it, was drunk, wasn't he? And next minute he just falls over and goes, dog, I've actually got it on my channel. So when we used to go on digs, like some days you'd have terrible days and you don't find nothing. He goes, like this is, what do you reckon of today? And he goes, oh, it's dog ass. So for some reason, that word stuck in my head and I started saying it.
And everyone else started saying it.
Then obviously, even like in the job that I'm in, even the suppliers I go to, I just say dog ass and everyone's saying it for some reason. even one of the suppliers I go in.
Can I just add?
James Hargreaves, by the way.
Can I just add about the Cheeseman's grandson? Watched John's video.
Yes.
Went to school and we're calling all the kids it as well, so we got into trouble.
Seriously, I mean, even one of these plum suppliers that I go in, this Hargreaves place, and even he said it, and all the kids in the school are saying it now. So that's the reason I come out with this merch. And it was this fella's, Mark, who just come out with it one day, and I was so, I don't know, it was just a word that stuck in my head. And
So what
I just
you're
had to
saying is
say
you've
it.
created the merch to sell to kids?
No. So, yeah. So, yeah, can I just say about my experience with metal detecting and how I started and bits and bobs, yeah, if that's okay?
John, it's completely your platform. You help yourself.
Basically, back in this is my first part of metal. I didn't actually do metal detecting, but the first time I'd seen it, there's a gentleman who used to go dog walking with my dad called Keith Braithwaite in Everton, where we were born, right? And there's Everton on the hill called the Old Canfield. So back in the day when I was, it was about 30 odd years ago,
And
he used to go detecting in this park, and I used to see him, like, dog walking with my dad, and he'd have this little metal detector. It was one of these little Tandy ones back in the day, when metal detectors were just like toys, basically. And I seen him find a few bits, and I was amazed. But he's amazed now that I'm actually into it, and I'm into it full time, and we go on big weekends and stuff, which he's going to come out with us soon. And he found like some lead statues and bits and bobs and a couple of rings. But when we've done a bit of history on it, who's that history fellow from Liverpool? Ken Pye. Prince Rupert was actually, when Prince Rupert come to the Liverpool to attack us, he was actually attacking people coming down the Mersey, wasn't he? And the rumour is, this is where the Fieldsbury was, he was bombarded in that much, he actually dug a tunnel from Everton all the way down to the Mersey to escape, didn't he?
from the church.
And the rumour is, when he'd done some roadworks on Scotland Road, down like that way, they found remains of this tunnel, didn't he? And rumour is that some of his treasure, like gold coins and stuff, which is only a rumour,
meant to be
in this tunnel when he tried escaping because he was getting attacked back in the day. So he was the first person who got him into the hobby. I mean, when me and Jackie first met, I mean, obviously, hence the name Jet Ski John. I've always been into like extreme sports and stuff. The first one, obviously, I was into jet skis before I met Jackie. I used to go up the River Mersey, jumping the waves off backs of ships, the back of waves off ships, because I was crazy, wasn't I, Jack? And then I got into remote control boats, right? And Jackie, honest to God, I feel sorry for her now. I mean, we used to sit
so bored.
these big, massive petrol boats.
So
Seriously,
bored.
these boats. I mean, I've just sold them, haven't I? Recently, one of them was like 4 foot long. So Jackie used to come with me every. Was it Saturdays? Was it?
It was Sunday.
On this big lake with all these petrol heads with these big remote control boats, and Jackie, you used to go mad, didn't you, when you first met me?
I could have cried with boredom.
Yeah. So I got into all them and petrol aeroplanes and stuff and bits and bobs. Then I got into extreme kiting as well, didn't I?
Oh.
Which obviously she weren't happy about that. The one fun time is I went on Southport Beach. I had this big kite, which is like a kite surfing kite, which is like 13 meters across. Them ones that take you up in the air. And I got dragged along the beach, didn't I? And I wrapped it around someone's car.
That was quite funny.
And yeah, I pulled my sockets. My arms are as sockets. So ever since that, I give up that. Then obviously that's when Jackie's dad introduced me, Jeb Boswick into metal detecting.
I just said that's enough, John.
Yeah.
I'm going. I've got my own hobby. I'm going.
So for many years, unfortunately, Jackie's had to put with my hobbies. But do you know what? Out of all the hobbies, I mean, one of my other hobbies, I actually learned magic, by the way, as well, didn't I? I was into magic. So, honest, no word of a lie. I tried learning magic. I must have been going through some crazy time. So I went to but I must admit, metal detecting is the best hobby I've ever done. I mean, just meeting friends is just priceless. To me, it means more than actually finding stuff. Priceless. Yeah. I'll shut up now, Jeff. Yeah.
You don't have to. You crack on. Whatever you want to say.
What Jackie's had to put up for years with my different hobbies, but I mean, I'm glad. Which I was going to come to. I've got it written down as well, by the way. Yeah, that's Paul. Yeah, that's our one. Yeah, we've met so many people, haven't we? Which is the best thing ever. It's been amazing over the years. So yeah. I've got loads of stuff written down here.
And a lot of people have helped us a lot as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of
like
people.
When my dad passed away.
Yeah.
I just couldn't face anything at all.
I know.
The only thing I could face was going metal detecting. And Andrew Jones was actually, it was freezing, wasn't it, that winter?
Yeah.
Even the van was froze up, but Andrew Jones was getting us out every single week, weren't he?
Yeah.
And
That's
that
because
helped.
Andrew Jones is without a doubt one of the nicest people I've met in the hobby.
It helped me so much.
We've had a few crazy weekends with Andrew Jones, by the way. He'll tell, well, the videos on my YouTube when we stayed up all night getting walloped.
No, you don't have to tell.
Yeah. And yeah. So, I mean, I mean, I've got loads of things written down here I want to mention. Another person I'd like to give respect to is Terry Scholes, who passed away over a year ago. It was his birthday the other day, didn't he? From Australia, who we had a great pleasure of meeting. He was an amazing fella, and we sadly miss him as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably heard.
He were our Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, he was an amazing fella. So yeah, shout out to him.
And Stephen Gray. We can't forget Stephen.
Yeah. Can I just mention as well, Jed Dodd? You've probably seen the videos with Jed. I mean,
yeah, Jed. He does the. Just explains to listeners. He deals with the lead flax seals, the Dutch lead flax seals, if I'm not mistaken.
Russian.
Sorry, Russian.
From St. Petersburg.
Do you know he sent me his pamphlet a few years ago, and it's fascinating. So full of information.
Yeah.
The good thing about Jed is with us, I mean, he hasn't invited many people to go seal hunting with him. Andrew Jones has been, because Andrew's loved this channel for years, and when he took us out, I said, listen, he doesn't invite many people. For some reason, he trusts me and Jackie with the whales, doesn't he? He still messages to this day. Do you want to come out? Because we don't go out with him much lately. Andrew Jones had the pleasure. I said, I can arrange it for you.
His legs have gone.
Yeah. So Andrew Jones loved the day, didn't he? So he doesn't invite many people, but me and Jackie, lucky enough, I've had the great pleasure of having so many times. And the best dig we ever had, which I've got it written down here, which we went on this farm. What was the dog's name?
Oh, George.
George, right? So we were metal detecting. We found loads of bag seals. By the way, I found one of them. I found quite a lot.
All right, you're going off.
So they had this farmer's dog called George, right? And I was teasing it with some chocolate, right?
And dogs can't have chocolate.
Yeah.
But Jed usually has a biscuit, and he didn't have any.
So George, it's actually on Jed's video. I had a rucksack because obviously we had to walk quite a while. So the dog actually pissed all up my bag and right through all my sandwiches and everything.
And then it ran down to me to let me know.
Yeah.
It ran back up to Jed.
Honestly, God, that was the funniest day ever, wasn't it, with Jed? I mean, Jed is an amazing, obviously, the Bag Seal Identifier on Facebook. Check him out. He's just a legend. I mean, do you know what? When you speak to that man as well, he's got so much information. Obviously, he's lived, he's done everything. The amount of, even just speaking to him for like 10 minutes, the knowledge that you learn off him, obviously, he's got a cave named after him as well called Black Rose Jed, because he was a caver back in the day as well. So he's got this cave named after him that he actually discovered. And also back in the day, he had an underground bunker as well, a World War bunker.
Really?
He converted it into a house.
Wow.
Bunker.
Do you know? I've actually got a friend. He's the main person he used to be Grosvenor Caving Club, potholing and what have you. So he'll know all about that, no doubt.
Yeah. So he's actually got this cave named after him. Yeah. So
now, do you mind if I interject for one moment, because I've got a number of questions that have popped up. I'm not getting to them. As a hell of a lot of people saying hello to you. A lot of people wanted to jump over and they view the vidcast, obviously, so they can see what have you. But one of the main questions that's popped up is, what machines do you both currently use?
Ah, right, okay. I'll let Jackie go first.
I'm using John's XP Deus. I was a Mine Lab girl.
It's only Pepsi, by the way.
And I don't know why. John wasn't using this Deus, so I've just been using it. And just stuck with it, really, haven't I?
Yeah.
Were you using the Xterra 705?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I started with.
Yeah. Do you know, of all the machines I've had, it's still the one that I understood the best. And
Yes, Yes.
hated the fact I got rid of it.
Yes, because you could just by the number alone, you knew what you were going to be.
You definitely did, yeah. So have you had more luck, or do you prefer the Deus?
I think I prefer the Deus now because it's much lighter. I can swing it all day. It's got a sharper signal.
It was my Deus, but I give it to Jackie.
See, Jackie, it's yours now.
Well, me and his mum bought him it for his 40th birthday. It was just sitting there, so I took it out. And what are you using, John?
Right, a story about my Garrett. Yeah. So after that cheap Treasure Pro thing that I bought for about 50 or 60 quid off eBay because I'm a tight ass, obviously I got into my first detector, which is the Garrett. And you know what? I've seen Aaron as well, by the way, South Coast Detecting selling his Ace 250.
Yeah, I've seen that.
The Ace 250 is an underestimated machine, right? I've never used really nothing else apart from the Ace 250, right? And I've learned it inside out. Since I've got this 13-inch D-Tech Ultimate coil, right? I've even got a YouTube video on it. Because you get a lot of people seem to start off with, obviously, a lot of people are using Garrett Ace 250s or 150s or stuff in that area. But obviously, they seem to be moving on to different machines. So I actually done a video about a year ago with we buried coins. I think it was 6 inches, 9 inches, and a foot, and about 14 inches. Right. I had my Garrett with my bigger coil on. I was doing a test to prove. Obviously, it's more about the coil than the machine. You'll find it, right? I've found some amazing stuff. By the way, I won metal detectors of the year for 2 years running with my Garrett, going up with the same people each weekend on the same land, and I was finding everything with mine. So anyway, we done this test bed video. We had XP Deus, we had a 400i, we had
Pro.
AT Pro, but you only had standard stock coils on. And the video was on my channel there to prove it. None of them machines could pick up the deepest coin apart from my Garrett Ace 250 with none of these other. I think we had 6 different machines lined up with my Garrett. I honestly, seriously, I trust my Garrett Ace 250.
But what?
I've had some.
You've just got a new machine as well, though, John.
Yeah, I bought the Simplex, but only as a backup.
But you've been using it.
I've used it just to learn it, but obviously then it's going to go away as a backup.
No, it's not.
Seriously, honest, in my opinion.
We're trying to get him off his Garrett, and
it'll never happen. I mean, I've been on digs, seriously. I mean, the good thing about the Garrett is, in my opinion, I've mastered it. See, I've seen people using Garretts and they seem to notch off stuff and put them in coin mode and relic mode and different modes. You've got to run the Garrett full sensitivity, all metal. Because what I've found is, if you're discriminating stuff off and you're swinging, the processor can recognise to discriminate it quick enough. So if you're on all metal and it picks up everything, you've got a better chance of finding more stuff. I mean, I've found that a portcullis Elizabeth I penny. Have you heard of them? With the Traitor's Gate on the little tiny. It's probably one of the smallest half penny.
Yeah.
Hammer coins. I found one of them with me Garrett about 6 inches deep, which is a lot. I mean, the coin is tiny. I mean, the good thing I like about the Garrett, it loves silver hammers. It sniffs them out all day. So as it stands today, I still use the Garrett A250. I wouldn't use nothing else. To be fair, I did buy a 400i, didn't I? But I'm used to the sounds more than the targets.
You bought lots of machines.
So I didn't even use it once, and I sold it because nothing will take the Garrett A250 off me. And that's my personal opinion on the machines. To be honest.
So we're not going to waste our money buying him anymore.
No. So yeah.
So, Jackie, I'll ask you first. Of all the finds you've had over multiple years now, what would be your most memorable?
My Saxon cruciform brooch,
which is in the pictures.
Which we've got a picture. Luke's got a picture of that, so that can pop up shortly, I hope. What was the scenario behind finding that?
We were on a weekend in Lincoln, and everyone had just deserted me. There were like no one there. I was somehow drawn to the middle of a field, and this field were huge. There were no reason to go in the middle of a field, were there? And I couldn't believe my eyes. I'm running around the field like I do when I find something nice.
You come up to me, didn't you? And you
And
went,
then next minute, everybody were on this hill where I was finding everything. But it was something told me to go in the middle of this field. And don't ask me what, but something did.
Yeah.
And finding my first hammer coin, that were,
yeah.
I always remember that. I think that were Lincoln as well.
A thing on this Lincoln thing, obviously, we know certain people who've got a lot of land in Lincoln. They've got 30,000 acres, and we're only allowed on it one weekend a year. By the way, so we've been going on it a couple of years with this land. So I mean, the history in that place is unbelievable. That's where I found my best farm, by the way.
Yeah.
And I never forget that day, because Jackie for years has been after the Roman brooch.
And my first brooch was a Saxon brooch.
Yeah, so it was a couple of years ago on that dig. Jackie's screaming across the field, goes, I found my first Roman brooch. So obviously I goes, no, that's too small for Roman. And honest to God, it was a big, massive, nearly complete, just the bottom missing off of it, wasn't it? The Saxon cruciform brooch.
It's as big as my hand.
So the weird thing is about it is, another member comes over, which I'll, talk about the story, and goes, oh, that's amazing. I went, no, that's Saxon. I went, it's even better than Roman. I said, these don't come along every day of the week.
Mm.
So another person who come over, she was talking to, starts detecting around where she was.
Underneath on one.
Which is on like a hill. So what we found out, there was a couple of burial mounds, because obviously they used to bury him on a hill near the gods with the cruciform brooch. So that's the reason
and it was
found on the top of this hill. Because they
the,
buried them on a hill near the gods.
The ladies walking on the hill.
So anyway, this other person who comes over looks at the brooch, and obviously as they put the machine on to walk away and detect away, next minute the pictures in there, there's two of them, gets another full complete cruciform brooch.
Wow.
Yeah. And honest to God, that day was amazing, especially for Jackie. I mean, I was made up for of it.
So the moral of that story is, if I find something, everybody knows about it, so everyone knows where to go.
Yeah. So someone just basically poached Jackie's area.
Oh, they did.
Yeah. So that's what happens.
Yeah.
So lucky enough, that fella walking away had got another cruciform brooch.
Yeah.
Found it in Wales, in Mull, by the way.
Yeah. Brilliant.
It's pretty rare. That's a hoard. With Jackie's dad, we were on a dig.
Oh, yeah.
And I found 8 Roman coins. There they are in detail.
That were a scattered hoard.
I mean, we were on a dig with about 30 people, and everyone had 4 or 5 Roman coins each. I think you got about 4 or 5 on a day. It was just scattered with Roman. One of the best digs that
I just want to say, we do record all our finds.
Of course.
Just in case anyone's thinking.
Yeah.
Everything gets recorded.
Andy Jones has asked me to ask you, John, about the 44 lead seals with the 250 as opposed to 2 with the T2.
You see that item there?
Andrew Jones.
Yeah, trust him.
Andrew Jones walked off the field in disgust because he said his T2 couldn't find him.
Well, that's what I was saying about the H250, right? Even Jed will tell you this. Oh, I found them in Northants as well, digging up the past. Them amazing finds them. I found all them in one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some detail on them.
Yeah. There's a couple of one of them's a Henry VIII. Yeah, talking about the seals anyway. Yeah. I mean, I said the seals on Jed's digs are a minimum about 12 inches deep.
Oh yeah, they are deep.
And that's on Cold to the Soil dig, by the way.
Even on my Minelab Xterra, it was a tiny little grunt. There were no numbers, it was just a grunt.
Yeah. So
that's how deep they were.
I mean, as I say, Andrew will tell you, I mean, they are hard to find. You've got to have good ears for them, but for some reason to get it on them fields, I mean, the minimum 10 to 12 inches deep, these bag seals.
Oh,
yeah.
And I smashed out 50 of them one day.
Wow.
And that proves I was telling you about, like the Garrett. Some people get rid of them and stuff, but I've got so much faith in the Garrett H250. Garrett, I am up for a sponsorship, by the way. Yeah.
Jed Dodd's actually in the Facebook video chat. One of his comments has just popped up along the bottom.
Oh, cool.
Hi, Jed.
Oh, that's an unusual item. Yeah. I found
So
that
you'll also have to explain these, John, because obviously people who are listening on the podcast won't be
Yeah.
able to understand. So if you could describe this one as well.
Well, I found a lead artifact in Merseyside area, and the FLO classed it as like modern, like 1800s. But I actually think it's a lot older. It looks like a man lying down, obviously, in probably a burial position.
Oh yeah.
And I'm actually questioning that, to be honest with you, because I think it's a lot older than what it actually
To
is.
me, it looks like a soldier.
Right? Yeah, possibly. Yeah,
Someone,
which had been flattened, but I don't know.
someone also said something about pilgrims.
Yeah, pilgrimage. Someone mentioned as well. It's a strange one, to be honest with you.
Yeah, actually, looking at it, it's you can see it looks a bit Saint Christopher-esque as well.
Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, the thing with Maori that some fans you get older and you look at them for years, don't you? You get them out of the drawers now and then you go, So you'll probably never know what some of them actually are.
Yeah, true.
Because obviously that's damaged, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
whatever it is. But yeah,
Jackie Jed says he misses lunch on the riverbank.
yeah.
I missed my picnic by the river.
Oh, see that?
Wait, John's going to butt in.
Yeah.
I missed my picnic with Jed by the river. We used to go and have our picnic by the river and let John find the seals.
Yeah. We went on a weekender once in, where was it now? Where that one would far away. That is actually a pilgrim's token. It's actually a woman with matchstick legs, with two infants with little tiny matchstick legs. See it?
Yeah.
The pilgrim's token.
Yeah, can
Yeah.
They're like my legs then, John.
So
it's a lead token, and it's got
on the other side, it's actually got a flower on the back.
right.
Which I didn't send you a picture of.
So with this side, it's got 3 heads, 2 of them being the body smaller than the main central figure with its arms outstretched.
Yes.
Excuse me.
It's actually a lady with like a horse body.
Yeah.
Obviously matchstick legs. That item there, the 51st Regiment of Foot badge, is unbelievable. That goes back, believe it or not, to the late 1700s.
We offered that to, there's a club, isn't there?
Yeah. Can I tell you a story about it?
Certainly.
Yeah. I found that in Merseyside area, right? Yeah. So I get it. All I seen was like a French one with 51 on it. So I Googled it and I've spent a lot of time researching it. And I found out it was the 53rd Regiment of Foot.
51st.
Yeah. So when I looked at they actually had a group. So it showed like all these different badges through the ages. It changed to like another horn with like a wreath in the middle. So I actually contacted the group because they actually had a picture of one. So I said, listen, I found this the other day, blah, blah, blah. And I said,
do you want?
And he said, to be honest with you, we've never actually had one in our collection. But we've got a picture of one, but never actually had one. This could be like the only one in existence. And he said it was data from the 1780s or something like that, right? So I said, oh, cool. I said, well, I wanted to go to the right place. So he messaged me back and said, I said, I'll give you it. So I said, all I want off you, these like a admin group. I said, maybe you could come to our metal detecting club one night, maybe one of your members in the military gear. And I said, we'll probably put it in a gas case for you and present you to it, if that's okay. I said, I know it's a bit of a drive and stuff, but he never ever replied. But I offered to give it to him. I thought it would have been good, obviously, for our club that we were in at the time. I thought it would have been good, but we never ever heard of them again. So I offered it to them, I was going to get it all presented well, but he never bothered to take me up on it. But as far as they were telling me, in their club, they've got a picture of one, but never actually owned one. So I did want it to go to the right place, but unfortunately, he didn't take me up on the offer. So,
that's a bit sad.
Yeah, but that's an amazing find as well. I love it a bit.
Scott Dubay says in the Spreaker chat room that your Roman coin from Detectival is one of the best shaped he's ever seen in person.
I've actually got it.
I actually found one like that about 9 years ago. And what they call him?
No, he's got a picture of it.
In the museum?
Yeah. Actually, Brian and Mo Museum Reproductions has actually took a copy of it to
Oh.
sell on their group as a
On
reproduction.
my one, not John's, but it's very similar to
Yeah.
John's one.
There's the Roman coin. I've put it in a pouch. It doesn't give it justice, but it is mint.
Yeah, you can see that. It's lovely, that, yeah.
Yeah.
John's.
So that's John's holding up a coin sleeve with the Roman coin in the middle, and it's who is it, John?
I think it was
Do we know?
Aurelius. I think.
But a beautiful bronze coin, anyway.
Yeah. Obviously, you haven't asked me what my best find is, but I'll get it for you if you want. You probably know what it is already, don't you? Yeah.
Please do, John. I've got to get round to it. We've got to get round to it. But yeah,
Yeah.
what's your most memorable and best find? He's off again.
I'm just going to go and get the find.
He's going to find it. Oh, God.
Do you know, I
Really?
don't think I've laughed at a guest as much in my life. He's non-stop. How'd you put up with him?
I've got a cubby hole, and I just push him in and lock the door.
Is he like a little Harry Potter place?
Yeah.
So
It's under the stairs.
how long is your metal detecting channel, Jackie Smith Metal Detecting, been going now?
How long do you think? I started my channel. It was really just to show my dad what I was finding
Yeah.
when we weren't digging with him.
Mm.
Because my dad watched a lot of YouTube videos, didn't he?
Yeah.
So mine were really just to show him. But then I suddenly got subscribers who were interacting and sending things.
Yeah.
And I have got a lot of friends through my channel. And when he passed away, I was like, shall I just stop filming now? Because they were really just fun. But people said, no, we might still be able to see them all.
I know it sounds morbid, but I mean,
So I just carried on.
I'm glad we actually got some footage with Jackie's dad metal
Oh,
detecting
yeah.
he goes into the office. Jackie's still, you're in mourning and stuff, obviously. The good thing is, I mean, obviously he loved the hobby and he was made up that me and Jackie got into the hobby. Obviously, she goes back and watches these videos, which is, it's priceless, I mean, you were even saying the other day, I haven't got much footage with my parents, have you? You were lucky to have that footage. We did that,
Oh,
haven't
yeah,
you?
definitely.
And we had some amazing times. We'd stay up there the night before.
Mhm.
We'd have some stuff, we'd go out detecting Yorkshire way, Bridlington, all around there, and it's amazing land up there. One of the best.
Your best find anyway.
Yeah,
John.
no,
Where is it?
I mean, yeah, our best find. Right, here we
He's
go.
got- Before he gets put in the lobby.
Right. Do you know that I was telling you about the 30,000 acres we go on once time a year? Blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
yeah.
That's about 5-6 years ago. You've probably seen it. I don't know if people have seen this. This, in my opinion, is probably one of the most rarest finds. I don't know if people can see me on the screen.
Ah, the swastika. Do you know,
Yes.
you sent me a picture of that via a photograph from a magazine. Absolutely awesome. I mean, I'm very much into my symbology. I've got all sorts of books. I know, obviously, the correct information regarding the swastika and not the Nazi stuff, but that's
Yeah.
beautiful, John.
It's like a back to front swash sticker, isn't
It
it?
is.
If you turn it round, it's not.
When I got it recorded with Vanessa, right, there was only another one like it found in Essex in I think it was 1980s, they told me. A reverse swastika it is. And I found that in Lincoln. Stop it. Yeah, found that in Lincoln. And it was right next to, I don't know what I should mention, a very rare building.
A Knights Templar.
Knights Templar building. I don't know if you've ever seen it in Lincoln. It's a very historic building.
But we weren't actually on that field. We were next
we
to
were
it.
by it. Yeah. So yeah. Another find. Yeah, look at this. This is probably one of my rarest Roman brooches you found with.
I've literally only found one Roman brooch, and that was at Spring Detectable last year.
I'm glad you found some of your bucket listers. I'll go through that in a minute. Some of my bucket listers. I know I don't shut up. I found this on Cold to the Soil Dig, which was sticking out of the soil, and this is probably a rare Roman brooch.
Yeah.
You get your own fibulas.
The field were full of pea pods as well. You've got to remember that. It
Yeah.
looked like a pea pod.
Yeah, this is in my opinion, quite a rare Roman brooch.
So everyone walked over that, but the field were full of pea pods, weren't it?
So can you describe it for the listeners, John, please?
Yes, it's a fantail Roman brooch. The middle bit would have been enamelled possibly in blue and yellow. And if you look at the bottom of the fantail, it's got a rude design of a willy.
A phallus.
A phallus.
See that now you've said, yeah.
And that was basically sticking out of the soil probably about half an inch.
Really?
The signal.
It did look like a pea pod, though.
Yeah,
Didn't it?
I mean, to me, that is probably Roman brooch wise. You don't see many like that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That was Doncaster, weren't it?
Yeah,
That's
Doncaster.
the first I've seen similar to that. Definitely.
So yeah, that's probably.
Is that my old intro?
Yeah. This is me scrap silver box, which I've got more full of silver. This is bits over the years.
Oh, I've got a scrap silver.
Full of silver, bangles,
Thimbles,
you name
coins.
it.
Yeah.
It's all in there. There's loads of stuff in there. Oh, where is it?
He's only bringing all this out
No,
because
no.
everyone says he doesn't find
I
anything.
want to give some shouts out soon, but I mean,
Well, I've got another question for you. Well, I'll ask Jackie while you're faffing. Andy said to ask you about Deep Digger Dan.
So what's he need to know?
Yeah, what does he want to know?
John, what do you want? Andy, what do you want to know? So you crack on until I get Andy's response.
Okay.
Another nice find that I've had, which is probably,
I haven't brought any finds down.
yeah, I've got tons of stuff. Obviously, a glass intaglio.
I've got a seal as well. I've got 2 seals.
That's beautiful. I think have you sent a picture of that one? One of the seals. You sent a picture over.
No, that's what it would have looked like with the.
Did you
stamp.
send in my seal picture?
I think it did, yeah.
That's nice.
I mean, we've got tons. Recently, I've had a Roman spear, haven't I? Recently, the last year or so.
Bronze Age spear.
Bronze Age spear, sorry. You name it, yeah. On my bucket list, by the way, obviously, I've showed you some bits and bobs. I mean, I've got big cannonballs,
Can
you
I
name
just
it.
tell them about my Vesica seal I found with my dad?
Oh, go on then.
I found a Vesica seal made of lead. You know, the lozenge-shaped ones? And I remember...
Yeah.
I showed it to my dad because it was on his permission. And he said, oh, that's just a token for Dewhurst Butchers in Barnsley. And he was actually serious. And I was like devastated. I'm saying, no, Dad, that's a really old seal, that.
Yeah.
And it was a Vesica seal.
Wow.
Oh, where's John? John's disappeared again.
Andy said everything to the question about Deep Digger Dan.
Oh, there's too much to say, and
Yeah.
we got trolled too much just for being friends with him, so
Yeah.
we'd rather not.
Obviously,
No
being
problem.
truthful, obviously, Dan had a lot of people who did like him, a lot of people who did
He
like
was
him.
in my dad's metal detecting
Yeah.
club, basically.
When he first come back to the UK, obviously after Burnley. By the way, I won his funniest metal detectorist, didn't I? The competition, the funniest metal detectorist back in the day, because he used to like mine. The clip was of me showing a load of rabbit poo on the ground, and I said, "Look at this big hoard of musket balls." So that won me the funniest metal detector. Yeah. Anyway, because a long story short, I mean, when we found Dan on YouTube, obviously he done what he did in Berlin. Some people were against this, some people loved it. You know, digging up whatever he was digging up. Yeah, saying it was. Yeah.
But we got trolled so bad,
Yeah.
saying if you don't start watching his channel, if you keep inviting him on your digs, but it weren't our digs. We were being invited on their digs.
Yeah.
It wasn't my dad's.
So what it was, obviously,
It was just
when he come back to the UK, we were probably one of the first to meet him, possibly, because obviously his parent, his mum and his stepdad live not far down the road from where Jackie's dad lived. So obviously he joined Jackie's dad's club, so we had a laugh with him, didn't he?
Yeah,
And
but-
we took him on that amazing field.
But every single person that didn't like him
Yeah.
suddenly didn't like us either. So
Yeah.
one of them.
So
Do you know, it's not the first time. I mean, Digger Dawn, she had a lot of grief when she started out, and there's been so many people who've YouTube video. Sadly, people are putting themselves in that position to obviously have idiots try and communicate with them, but keep doing exactly what you're doing, same as Dawn's done, same as everybody else has done. Our souls to them.
That's why I never quit, because I've got nothing to lie about, or
No.
I've got nothing.
The good thing was, though, I mean, the good thing that I was happy for Dan is because obviously he was founding all the German stuff over there. By the way, we went on a prisoner of war camp, a POW camp, a German one in Yorkshire with Jackie's dad. By the way, it's on my videos. And we were finding some amazing stuff. I should have got a picture for you. I've got a flying bomb badge, German badge, loads of Craig's Marine badges. And the place was just littered with stuff. Obviously, there's no resemblance of anything being there. It was just a farmland. Yeah. So anyway, on to dig down just to finish off on Dan. Anyway, when he comes to the UK, he's seen people from the UK videos, and he wanted to find a hammer coin. So we went on this field not far from where his mum lived. On this, it was a special dig. So we drove over. We met him, didn't we? And how many hammers did he find? About 2 or 3 on that day.
Yeah.
And he was buzzing. So that was happy for me, Fair play to him, he enjoyed himself, and that's all that matters to me. And I enjoyed meeting him, but he's gone on a way since then. He's gone on his own different ways now, hasn't he? And whatever he's doing. So yeah, good luck to the man. That's all I say. Yeah,
absolutely.
It didn't do anything wrong to us.
No, I've got nothing bad to say about him. But do you know the weird things about Dan? When he was like crazy, when he was in Berlin back in the day, when we first met him, he was actually the quietest fella you'd ever speak to. He only actually plays off the camera, but like me, I'm like this in real life all the time. So I'm the opposite.
Yes, yeah. I can confirm that.
Yeah. So honest, you won't even believe it. He's actually the shyest person.
Yeah, he was very quiet.
You'll speak to. He's probably like that now, isn't he? He comes across as this, like when he's on with Dan and Mazzy's videos and that, acting a bit cocky and stuff. But he's actually a quiet man in real life. He keeps himself to himself. He's not really shares himself with people, does he? Yeah, that's my opinion on Dan. But he's done nothing wrong to us. You know what I mean? He's a decent fella. He's doing his own thing. Yeah. So, what have I got here? Hang on. Yeah, what's this here?
Oh God.
Hang on. Hang on. Where is it?
Dogos.
Is that Aaron Weedle?
Yeah. I'll turn it off now. Sorry.
That's his alarm clock.
Yeah, that's my alarm clock. Look, a Bluetooth speaker thing, and it says dog ass to wake me up. Yeah.
Just to remind him who he is.
Yeah. So, can I mention? Is there any more questions, or yeah?
I'll ask. Anybody had any more questions for John and Jackie? Keep firing them, and when we get them over, they'll answer you right back.
I want to give a couple of shout outs later on, but can I just say what's on my bucket list, by the way? Because obviously you're probably going to ask that question, aren't you? Yeah.
Howard Sturdy asks, Jackie, what name have you given to your Deus settings that you use?
Oh, right.
Howard Sturdy should know that question because he's put the program in my machine.
Right. Howard is in our group, which I'll come to that in a minute. We've got a new
Shall
group.
I get my remote control of the Deus?
Go and get it, yeah. Right. So Howard's an experienced Deus user. He lives in Wales. So he comes digging with us every week. So in the summertime, he's been looking at some of these programs like the Jerry's program and all them Sid's programs. So he's modified one for Jackie when we were in the summer. It's called Jackie's Dry Hole program. He's laughing. Look. Seriously. And it's actually programmed in a Deus. And it's actually called Jackie's Dry Hole.
So now it's a big joke.
She'll actually get a Deus and show you. It is an actual program. If anyone wants the link for this program, we will share it on Facebook. Look, you'll see it on the screen. Turn it around that way.
Dry hole. 14, a dry hole.
Yeah.
And that's how it's dirty.
So he actually made that program for Jackie, but it does say because obviously it only fits a certain amount of text. It does actually say Jackie's Dry Hole.
But if the program works, keep using it. That's what I say.
And Andy Jones has asked another question. Do you remember the scooter that he gave you in the ice and snow?
I put it on Facebook the other day. If people looking back on my Facebook, yeah.
The scooter, by the way, was for my grandson.
Yeah, but
Andrew Jones gave us.
He gave me it, because I'm crazy. We were on this field.
It was ice.
in Merseyside somewhere, and it was full of ice, and I just skated down there, and Andrew's laughing in the background. So I goes down this path, the next minute, I just falls over and into this field on the scooter, and Andrew's laughing in the background. Yeah, we've had some good times.
Do you know, I'm actually tonight's video cast is it's working for the fact that people can see your actions and everything you're doing, John. You wouldn't get this. You wouldn't get this listening to it. It's brilliant.
Yeah. So yeah, can I say what's on my bucket list, by the way?
Crack on.
Yeah. Basically, I've had gold. I've had like Hammers, Henry VIII. One thing I was after, which was a Crotal Bell, which I found on Anna Lenk's Polish Weekender, which we've been there twice, by the way. I need to say thanks to them as well, because I know I'm going off the track. That's what I do. The Polish people, right, are the nicest people you'll ever meet. Was Marek and all them, even the crazy crocodile man as well that we met. Yeah. So anyway, we went on the weekend, and honest to God, we've made so many friends with them. We're friends with them on Facebook. They send the private messages. So yeah, thanks to them. Anyway, on my fans, anyway. So I've had the gold sovereign. I've had the bronze Ajax. I've had obviously gold. Me Hammeds. I found the Crotal Bell on Anna Lenk's Weekender.
Yeah, you've said this.
I found a lovely silver ring, didn't I?
So what's on your bucket list, John?
So on my bucket list that I want to find, by the way, is something Saxon. That's what I'm after, and maybe a gold hammered. So they're one of the main things that's on my bucket list.
My bucket list is any gold coin.
Yeah, she's never had gold.
Any gold.
Yeah.
Jackie, you're not even in shot anymore, Jackie.
It's him. He's throwing me. He's shoving me out the way. His head's getting bigger now. You see.
Yeah.
So yeah, any kind of goal for me this year.
You'll get it, Jack, because you're after a Roman. Didn't you in the
last year?
Yeah.
Detectable, spring detectable, and I got my first Roman Denari at Marek's Dig.
Yeah.
In Lincoln.
Yeah. The Polish Weekender, she cleaned up. Honestly, I got nothing. We were on this field, and last year we went on the same land this year as we did the year before on the Polish Weekender.
I wonder if anyone knows what this is.
A couple of bits and bobs were found in the corner of this field, bits of Roman. So next minute, Jackie just shouts, "I've got a Roman silver denari." Then she finds this rare, like, Roman brooch, which is like a sheriff's badge, and it's unbelievable. So she battered it on the Weekender. So yeah, she's gone upstairs.
We have a tagline coming up every now and again, just to explain for people who are watching and people who don't see it listening. What Luke's put on the page is that any YouTubers who would like some of their videos to be put on via the Archaeology and Metal Detecting Magazine website. Basically, we take all the information from your YouTube, your description of the video, etc., and then we'll publish it via the magazine. And when it publishes via the magazine with your YouTube channel episode embedded in it, obviously you continue to get the hits. So obviously, everybody does want to do that. For instance, John, if you put on, like, there's one that showed me the 2 hordes in one day, for instance.
Oh, that was a brilliant day.
If I was to put that on as a description and the title and what have you, obviously people will come to see that, and it's just another way for another platform for you to gain viewers, basically.
Yeah.
So if anybody else is interested in doing that, please give myself or Luke a shout. I think I follow about 20 different YouTube channels at the moment, but
yeah.
Oh, and also Luke's text messaged me as well, and he said next week's radio show can be live on their channel also. So if I don't know how it works, Luke's dealing with that, but I presume that the stream that you're all watching now on YouTube and on Facebook, that can also appear on your own personal YouTube channel. So, for instance, Jack and Johnny, we'll get there. John and Jackie, we can give you access to it, and Luke will automatically put the feed to your YouTube site or obviously your own feed. I don't know how it works. That'll be down to him. And then obviously you'll be able to, people will see the interview with yourselves whenever you want to. In fact, I think what we'll also be able to do with this one, for instance, I think we are able to download the video from the Facebook and obviously send you the file, and you can use that if you want to anyway.
Yeah, cool. Because I did mention it on my video last night. I rushed the video up and said, if anyone wants to watch the podcast. So this is the find.
We were saying about she found this like.
If anyone
Roman,
knows what this is, because it's not been to the flow yet.
She found it next to the Roman Slova Denari on the Polish Weekender.
Oh, that's nice.
It's got a ring and dot design in the middle, and it's got enamel.
Red and I can't get it in the shot. Red and white enamel.
Can you give us a side view to show the thickness? So it's basically it's basically a starfish with one leg missing, and all obviously the legs are straight across.
Yeah.
There's a bubble on each end, and there's a raised area to the center with a cross and a circle. And I take it where the cross is, the lower indentations where the coloration, the enameling would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like red and white.
And that was found in the little area where all the Roman stuff come off, where she got a silver denari. We actually think that was possibly sewed on where the bubbles are.
It's not been to the flow yet.
Because there's no signs of any pin. So we think the bubbles were actually possibly where it was attached to clothing or whatever. So obviously she's got to get it checked out. But I mean, that is an amazing find.
I've never seen
it. It's beautiful.
It's got
Very
the ring
nice.
and dot design in the middle, thanks to Anna, team of Yorkshire as well. But I found nothing in that on that day, but there was some good stuff. So I mean, Jackie's weekend was made on that weekend. She got a first silver denari, and obviously that, and a couple of Roman coins, didn't you? Yeah.
Scott DeBay has asked to ask, will Jackie be having her own show next time?
Yeah. I think I should come back on my own, yeah.
Thanks.
John, Dean Stainton asks, are you having a curry tonight? And somebody else mentioned about you've got a curry addiction.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, people who know me on Facebook, I was trained by an Indian chef about 25 years ago how to make a curry. And basically, that's what I eat most of the day.
He wasn't trained very well.
No. Well, funny enough, when I cook a curry, all the windows get opened, the doors get opened, and Jackie's eyes start watering because, I mean, some of the stuff is unbelievable.
The curry he makes is just heat. It's not even edible. It's just hot. Everything's hot. Where's it gone?
Howard Sturdy said that the artifact that you've just showed us, he actually watched you dig that up, and what a day it was too.
Yeah, he was. In fact, everybody walked over that, hadn't they, John?
I've actually got, because I like hot stuff that much. I mean, I'm into hot sauces.
This is from America.
I've actually got my own dog ass hot sauce.
Some Red Bean 58, he might be watching.
Yeah.
Sent him that from America.
Yeah, look. I've got a few things to say.
Hey, John, I've actually got something here that you give me, and it's up on my board all the time. And it's the Kings and Queens.
Yes.
So very, very handy indeed. I've got this up on my whiteboard next to me with all the different shows, who's on the shows and what have you, and that's there in permanent view just in case. So it's been a very, very useful tool. So thank you very much for that.
I keep mine in my fines pouch just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, grab the new fines pouch, by the way. LP sent us, obviously, we pay for them, by the way. The new Nocta Macro fines pouches, we've got 2 today.
$9.99.
$9.99.
Very nice they are too.
LP, but the good thing about them is they've got a double zip. Basically, you've got a zip, and you've got a zip inside the zip.
All right.
So basically, there's your first pouch.
Yeah.
It's got a second pouch at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes with a belt, and also inside.
John should work for that TV channel.
There's another pouch. Oh, bear with me. There's another pouch zippable inside there as well. So say you keep your valuables in there. So you put strap in there, and You can put your pinpointers, drinks, and bits and bobs along the bottom.
We're not sponsored by
We're not
LP.
sponsored by LP, by the way.
Do you know, Peter and LP, I actually asked to ask him because somebody, and I can't think who it was, Luke, actually borrowed my fines badge, fines pouch and earphones at Detectival 2018. So when I wanted to go detecting, I've got no fines pouch. So I contacted Pete and I said, yeah,
Yes.
I need one for the more ample of gentlemen. And he came up trumps. Fair play to him.
They're very good and a good price, aren't they, at the minute?
Yeah, $9.99. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a bargain. Fair play.
link in the description.
not advertising or anything.
Can I give you a couple of shout outs?
Help yourself, John.
Yeah, obviously a lot of people recent people that we've met some of the old school people like John Webb and stuff in the back in the day, Daniel O'Bairns and all that. We used to go metal detecting with them back in the day. Obviously, thanks to Aaron Weedle, who's done. Obviously, he does it on your podcast as well, doesn't he?
And he's done my intros.
Yeah, a brilliant fella. One amazing person. The people who run our digs, Steve and Harry. We've got a private Facebook group. Obviously, what he's done is.
And you're very welcome, Dave, to come out.
Yeah,
with
you
us
can come along
digging.
with us, Dave. Seriously,
I'd love to. Love to.
Just messages. So basically, some of the friends that we've met over the years and we've become friends with from different clubs that we've been in and left or whatever it is. Obviously, people that we can trust. We've got a certain
You're
group
doing
going.
your scouse thing now.
Calm down. Yeah.
Hey, La.
So we've got a certain selection of group of people, maximum about 40 people, which we go to Wales and wherever we go. So Steve and Harry, which is Steve's the cheese man, by the way, does a brilliant thing. Obviously, the digs donate a lot of money to charity. And what we did recently is each one of the digs were asked, each one of the person diggers
Christmas time.
around Christmas were asked to bring like a selection box with them, each dig. And every single member went out of the way and brought one. So we actually, they did.
We had 358.
We had 300 odd selection boxes to give to charities.
But they were going to go to
Older Age.
Older Age Children's Hospital. But when Steve went to take them,
Yeah.
he got told that the staff would probably end up taking them home and they wouldn't go to the kids. So what he did was he took them down to the Anglican Cathedral and the Wigwam Church and just they gave them out to all the kids.
Yeah.
Really, so
thanks to all the members for them. So yeah, I mean, you know, Steve's the cheese man, by the way. The reason we come up with the idea cheese man, by the way.
he tells cheesy jokes.
Yeah, he's funny. So he puts his high pitched voice on. You've probably seen him, haven't you? So we actually showed him last year by accident on one of my videos for the first time. So obviously, his identity now is no longer a secret. And some of the digs we've been on, like some of the weekends which he's been on, like the Polish dig, when he starts talking in the cheeseman voice,
They all
start laughing because it was just a fictional character that we made. Because my videos are crazy, so we come up with this, obviously the cheeseman, and yeah, that's what it is. Anyway, a couple of shout outs, yeah. So shout out to them, obviously LP and all the weekenders, like Sid Perry and Phil, who do all the Heart of England and all them, all the other digs, Skint Eastwood as well. He's a good fella. We go on his live streams a lot. Can I just say, one of my best channels that I like, and I'm not just saying this, is Tinner455. Have you heard of him?
No, personally not, no.
Oh, do you know what?
he finds the most amazing finds.
If you check his channel out, right, he's a fella who lives
Can
down...
you repeat it again for us, John?
Tinner455 on YouTube.
Right, yeah.
One of the best metal detecting channels going, right?
He came to Spring Detectable this year.
He come with us to Spring Detectable, right? So,
Well,
story about the gentleman, obviously, when he first started out, he finds amazing stuff. He's like gold, Roman, you name it. He's got good land, basically. Him and his dad go metal detecting, yeah? So, I messaged him through his channels and commented on some of the videos when he first started off. So, I started sharing his videos everywhere. And about a year or so ago, he just messaged me and said, I want to come on your dig. So he drives all the way from Wiltshire for like 5 hours to come digging with us in Wales. He said, I think you're mad and I want to meet you. So obviously he's give us the opposite return. He wants us to go down digging with him Every day he's out, he finds amazing stuff. I mean, some of the stuff he finds,
Who was that?
gold, Celtic coins, you name it. So definitely
I'm
give him
just
a
on his
look.
YouTube channel now. I've just subscribed
Yeah.
to it, and
What he does is
Wow.
obviously
You're talking too much, John.
a lot of YouTubers show obviously rubbish and stuff that they dig up.
I'm
You
getting
know,
earache now,
they show
guys.
like a musket ball and whatever it is. What he does a monthly video of everything that he's found, just every month.
yeah.
And guarantee you, well, last year he's had 112
I'm watching what's on
hammer coins last year, which is over 100 he gets. Gold, Roman brooches, you name it, he's found it, him and his dad, and it's an amazing job. So hopefully next year
Who's that video we're watching there?
we are going down.
Evo 6000.
That's one the Evo 6000. I
Oh
think
yeah,
that's C-scope. Luke's throwing a couple of adverts in as well.
yeah, we seen it, detective. It looks a good machine.
It looks a damn good machine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what the next stand to?
They're
Dave,
underestimated machines. Then
I've still got my dad's C-scope. I believe you still got your dad's, haven't you, Dave?
No, what happened, Jackie? Quick story.
Oh, yeah,
That got basically stolen. It was given to me. It was left with a former friend in our storage facility, and he basically sold it on me. But young Mr. Alex Savage heard about this, and we'd spoken about it, and I'd spoken about it on podcasts and what have you. And Detectable, he turned up with the exact copy of it. So I have got. It's not actually my dad's, but the memories are just it's the same. It's. And I honestly, I nearly broke down. Luke will tell you, I nearly broke down crying when Alex gave it me. Couldn't be more thankful to him.
And we've still got my dad's.
yeah,
My dad, when my grandkids used to visit, he'd take them to the beach and they'd use it on the beach. So it still works and everything.
yeah.
Well, again, this is how nice the lads from C-Scope were. When he gave it to me, it wasn't working. I was like, oh, and I went over to C-Scope and I went, oh, look at this. And Martin went, I think his name was John. He don't let John see it. He'll treat it like porn. So I showed it this John. He's like, does it work? No. And he takes it apart and he went, well, it's got this battery and it shouldn't be that battery. It was these weird cell-like batteries, really old.
Yeah.
And he took it apart, disappeared. 10 minutes later, he come back with a fully working machine with modern batteries in. Couldn't believe it.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I don't know what John's up to again.
Yeah. No, sorry, I was just.
He's up and down like a yo-yo.
Yeah. What else are we going to talk about? Is any more questions?
Any more questions? Let me just go into the none in the Spreaker one. A lot of people have migrated over to the video feed tonight because obviously they can see John's antics.
Did you see me picture the gold teeth, 24 karat gold teeth?
Yes, I did. I've sent them over to Luke. Luke, can you pull up the gold teeth, 24 karat gold teeth image?
I actually found them on St. Helens, by the way.
Really?
And he was a gold sovereign come off the same field.
Yeah.
We had John Bradbury on last week, and he'd found they weren't gold, but they were, I think they were silver false teeth that he found on Blackpool Beach, which weren't dissimilar, apart from obviously the metal.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. They were actually dated. I think it was March 1972. 24 karat gold.
Yeah.
Solid 24 karat gold pallet. But obviously, it would have been fully enamel teeth, but I think it only had one
But
teeth.
how did they lose the dental
Ceramic
palate?
teeth, yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
In a field. I don't understand.
That's probably one of my weirdest finds I've ever found, actually. Metal detector. Yeah. So,
Do you know, just to let people know, I'm not being ignorant, but in the Facebook live stream, I can't actually see anything but four comments. So if anybody is asking any questions, I'll leave it on here for a bit because I've also been too busy watching John myself. So if there are any more questions that you want to pop in either on Spreaker or on the feed on Facebook, which I think there's 139 comments, then there's a lot of people in
Yeah.
there, but I'm just trying to actually see where the comments occur. Anyway, any more questions on there? Does John remember the bottle tip adventures off Andy Jones?
Yeah.
Yes.
We found,
Yes.
We found a motorbike.
That was taken by Garrett, that picture with me with the Garrett there, by the Garrett metal detector.
All right.
There's Jackie with the bow.
It's
Aqua Chigger.
detectable.
Aqua Chigger. He's an amazing fellow. Then.
We actually met them in
Yes.
2017, didn't we?
Jocelyn. I
Yep.
didn't get pictures.
Bo said, both Bo and Jocelyn have said they'll come on the show. Obviously,
cool.
catching Bo in a location with reception is the issue, he said. So I'll have to communicate with him. So we're looking at a thimble, a silver thimble with like snowflakes on it, Joe.
No,
John.
if you go back, if he goes back, that
Back
Roman
one.
coin that I just showed you in the sleeve is
Right.
well found.
Right, I'm with you. So that was the one that was
Yes.
in the sleeve with. Remind me of the.
Detectable.
That was one from Detectable. That's the one.
Yes.
Yeah.
There,
Beautiful.
yeah. There's Jackie's very rare Roman coin, Terrier mint.
It was a German mint, that one.
Yeah, Terrier.
Magentus. Magentus.
Magnetius.
Yeah, that's it.
That's Paul C. A shout out to him as well. We've known him for a long time, and we met him for the first time at Detectable this year, and we were amazing. That's our stickers, yeah, just random stickers. man.
You actually collect stickers as well. You've got a number, and you've made the board, and you've put them all on the board.
Yeah.
That's my own swastika, which made one of the magazines.
Everybody who sent me a sticker has gone on the board, and I show it on all my videos. So.
Yeah. There's one of me silvers that was found. Oh, we have a professional photographer in our group as well, by the way. Shout out to him.
Yeah,
There's the cheese man there on the left. Yeah.
Julian Evans Art took that picture.
Yeah, which was
For the treasure
there's
hunting
the
mag.
two boards. That has actually gone through the treasure trove process all on coins in Wales. And evaluations being given to the finders.
It's the Welsh. Is it the Welsh Heritage?
Yeah, the Welsh Heritage Society.
They take.
Yeah, there they are.
They take over rather than the flow there, if you know what I mean.
One of the coins was pretty rare with Charles I on horseback. One person found 5. Oh, sorry, that's me with the Donald Trump mask on. Sorry. A lot of people who know me, I've got tons of props in my van. I just like to actually.
Yeah, I've heard about your horse's head.
Yeah, I've got everything.
I've got a question off Aaron Weedle. If you could design your own detector, what would it have? And that's one of the best questions we've ever had.
Yeah.
Something out the box.
Mine would have a hammer door on it.
It'd have a horn.
If someone's going like, yeah, I only have a hole in my pocket, don't I? And I squeeze it to let people know if I'm hammered. So it'd have to have a hammer door on it, like a bike horn. It goes like that, one of them. I'm trying to think. A detector, which is probably going to happen a long way, probably past my lifetime, is to actually tell you what it is in the ground before you dig it. Yeah. That's everyone's machine.
Show us an image of it.
Yeah, well, no, there's image machines out there.
I mean, like a photo image.
Yeah.
An automatic moo tube.
Yeah.
Tell you if there's a moo tube, alarm goes off and you don't have to dig it.
And a hot rod one as well.
Andy Jones also asked about your drones and videos.
Oh, we don't have it anymore, do we?
No, I actually got rid of my drone because obviously the license and stuff, obviously you can have a license now for drones, but obviously with all the stuff that's happened in the past, you know, people in their airports and stuff, by the way. Oh yeah, by the way, we've just had a little start going of gold panel as well, which we're going to do more videos on.
All right.
But there's a Saxon cruciform brooches on the picture. That's me very rare thing that I found in Wales. Anyway, yeah, there's me spear tip there. There it is on the screen. Yeah, that is on the Roman Fields. Oh, you know who he is, Neil Jones. Yeah, he's nuts. I just send you random pictures of obviously when we were in the magazines. There's the intaglio I showed you before. Mm-hmm. That's bits of me silver and me box.
And they're very, very much appreciated, John, because obviously people get to see a little bit on the on the video cast. So,
by the way, Jack, that was there's the portcullis that I found with me. If you, yeah.
Go back.
back.
Go back a few to the silver coin.
Venetian Soldino.
Yeah, Venetian Soldino.
That's
Jackie's
mine.
found. I've got one. Jackie's found one. That was local to us, which was very rare to find locally where we live. Jackie was made up with that, so yeah.
And
I found
then the one after the silver is a picture
The
of portcullis. So you.
That I found with Jackie's dad.
Oh, we're on the stickers now.
Yeah.
Hey, there we are, in the middle.
Yeah.
It was actually.
Yeah, you're on there.
I had a load made thinking, oh, yeah, just, stick them on things, like envelopes and what have you. We send stuff out. And it was actually Jackie who said to me, because there was a couple on the table I'd found in the bag at Detectable. And it was Jackie said, can I have one? I said, what for?
Yeah.
Stick on my board. What for? Well, we collect stickers. Do you? So I ended up giving them all out then.
But it's just like it promotes people's channels as well, really.
Yeah,
It does, yeah.
I mean, it seems to be the latest craze with all this merch and obviously like the discriminators there doing the patches and obviously a couple of people are doing. Obviously, I was going to sell these for a laugh, but it's just personal. This, but I mean, it seems to be the latest craze this year. The stickers. So obviously, me and Jackie had to get some made. Thanks to Adam Weedle, by the way,
He
who designed ours for us.
That's
Yeah.
why I rubbish it stuff like.
Obviously, I've even been given a keyring as well. I'd made for me. Yeah.
Mm.
So I've started a sticker board as well. Yeah. So hopefully we're gonna have. Oh, by the way, my channel. I've been lazy with my channel recently. The last video was before Detectable, so obviously all my videos are in order. So I've done all my videos up to Detectable. Because obviously work commitments and stuff, and when I come home from work, I can't be bothered sometimes. But the Detectable video on mine is probably about an hour long. So obviously I've been meaning to edit it, but obviously
Can't you
you come home
just
from work, you relax.
Make it into 3
So-
videos.
Once, I definitely this year, I'm going to keep on top of my YouTube channel and obviously start making more. They will, I mean, every week I've videos and they're all going to be backed
And
up.
can I just say,
to be
John's
made.
not very patient or a good teacher, so
No.
I'm going to have to learn to make videos a bit better this year.
Yeah.
'Cause
So-
John won't learn how to do it.
We make our videos with basic software, but I mean, there's some good software out there to make YouTube videos with. There's like Filmora, which is good software. If you want the advanced, I think Digadorn uses that software. Where if you pay a certain price, I think it's about 50 quid a year, you get all the different advantages like the audio and all the music stuff and clips and backgrounds and all that. So I'm thinking I would go with that this year.
I use KindMaster, which Luke introduced me to, which is very user friendly, but my videos are rubbish. So
Yeah,
Fine.
but the thing with that, I mean,
My videos are rubbish.
they have stamp marks in the corner, don't they? That's with some of this free software.
no,
Yeah,
I pay me subscription to that, so the
Oh, right, okay,
watermark
good,
disappears.
good. So,
I need to learn how to make thumbnails. That's what.
yeah, I mean, we're all right with technology, but obviously people like Alan and other people, some of the thumbnails are amazing.
I don't
Yes,
know.
which I've got a couple of bits and bobs software, but yeah. So this year, obviously, I'm going to keep on top of my channel. I've got probably got about 20 more videos which are backed up, ready to be made. We're going to be doing some more gold panning.
Where are you doing your gold panning, John? I'm not saying obviously an actual location.
No.
We've got a couple of permissions off the landowners who own the side of the river bank.
North
But that's
Wales.
in Wales.
Right,
But-
Glenkerriog and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a friend of ours in our group obviously goes gold panning in South Wales down that way. He's made me a sluice, and obviously we've got the panning kit, which we bought from. Who did we get it from?
Unearthed.
Unearth, by the way. They've got this Bosch panning kits we bought. About
Graham
25 quid.
Rushton, top
Yeah.
bloke.
Graham. Yeah, he's a top bloke. I watch his videos on YouTube. He's a brilliant fella. So yeah, we've started getting into that. So he's got me a load of pay dirt from down there, but he reckons there's gold in it. I mean, some of the nuggets he finds in South Wales is amazing. So hopefully this year we're gonna have some more videos on gold panning, aren't we? Some more bottle digging
We have
videos.
only got 2 places where we've been told we can dig. So
Yeah, Our friend Phil Gresty is like a big bottle digging expert. He does all caving exploring and you name it. I've got one of the items that I found recently on one of his. It's on my channel, by the way. Is a full clay pipe, which is
The Order of the Buffalo, is it?
Royal Order.
Royal, yeah,
Yeah.
Royal Order of the
Oh,
Buffaloes, the Buffs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were not dissimilar to Freemasons or what have you. They're Americanized, but they came over to the UK. There used to actually be a Buffs club in Ellesmere Port, where I'm from, but it went years ago.
Well, our first metal detecting club in South Lancs, we were actually in the ROAB club in Widnes.
Yeah.
All right.
That was our first club, which is still there, I
Yeah.
think. So we were on this bottle dump dig. Obviously, a secret dig. We can't tell you what it. I mean, this.
Oh,
is
yeah,
what
yeah,
it's got. Yeah. I mean, we actually found some amazing stuff. I mean, he was gutted when I found it, weren't he? Because this fella's been at it years. He's got some good stuff, but I mean, that is totally
It's
complete.
And
Yeah.
it just dropped out of the soil, didn't it?
I've got one which is it's just the bowl, sadly, and a little bit of the stem, but it's got a skull and crossbones on it. It looks absolutely brilliant.
Well, it's disappeared again, guys.
Now, I think the questions that are popping up in the bottom left-hand corner, or the comments, sorry, they're actually coming from multiple sources, and because I've been trying to find where some of the questions and information is, but I think because people are watching them on different Facebook sites and on YouTube and what have you, they're coming up in different areas. And I can see now the YouTube one, Tony Kaywood, he's saying he used Power Director phone version to view his videos. So that's coming. I'm sussing this out because it's the first time I've seen this tonight. This is only the I think it's the third time we've actually tried the video cast. The first time was playing. Last week's was the first time, and this is the second time. So Luke's finding different bits and bobs all the time. So, and Andy Jones says he uses a pinhole camera and an 8-track to do his videos.
Yeah. Can I talk about metal detecting couples as well?
Certainly.
I mean, we actually go with, obviously, in our group that we go with, and so, some of the fellas turn up now and then, obviously every so often, and they go, oh yeah, I've got it in me brownie punch so I can go out metal detecting. The missus won't let me go metal detecting. I'm so privileged, obviously, me and Jackie in the same hobby, which makes us get on well together. You know, like I was telling you about earlier when I was into me earlier hobbies, which she hated.
Yeah, but you're very competitive.
Yeah, I'm very competitive.
Try to win me every week.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing with our channel as well, because when she finds something and I go, you know, I swear at her sometimes. And when she finds
we
something
bought him a
amazing,
mask with a crying baby face.
yeah, she's got one of them as well. So, yeah, I mean, there's only, in my opinion, there's only a handful of metal detecting couples out there. So me and Jackie are probably privileged to be one of them couples. There's discriminators.
There's a lot more now.
There's discriminators. I'm trying to think of other couples.
John Webb and Mandy Dale.
Yeah, well, I've actually.
To start off with, they were just us four.
We used to go metal detecting with them back in the day. John Webb, we've got videos to prove it on YouTube and stuff. Yeah.
John's actually in the chat room and he said hello.
Oh, hello, John.
I've not got my lucky ass on.
We actually met him at Detectable. We hadn't spoken to him for a couple of years, and we had a good laugh and a good chin up with him.
When he was actually able to stand, is that point you mean?
Yeah, he was smashed, wasn't he? We were there.
I sent him to bed, do you know?
I haven't made that video yet, but yeah. He was actually kissing me on that weekend outside the LP tent. John.
I did send him to bed.
John and Jackie, I love you. Yeah, he was kissing me. Yeah, so, I mean, metal detecting couples, there's not many out there. I mean,
there's more now than there were.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Scott and Kimmy DeBay.
Yeah, Scott I've actually written it down, but I haven't read this. Scott and Kimmy, yeah.
And
metal detecting couples, there's quite a few.
Chris and Bernie.
Yeah, discriminators.
Kirsty and Kieran from Find a Field.
And there's the two we met at Detectable, Treasure Bandits or something.
Oh yeah, Treasure Bandits.
Yeah,
we met them as well. The weird thing was Detectable, right? We were camped by this fella and his dad on the weekend, weren't we? And we didn't know them from Adam. This is what I love about metal detecting. So obviously you camp by them, you're talking to them that, you know, we were just mingling about. And become friends with him. And he was telling me, like, his missus is pregnant and all that. He's due to have a baby and
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So he sends us a message on Facebook and that. We swap phone numbers and that. And he sends us a picture of the baby and stuff, hasn't he? And he's friends with us, and he's commenting that he's like our best friend. It's just our, detectable. I mean, events like that bring people together, which is amazing. I mean, I didn't know this fella from Adam. We got talking. We spent the weekend together, having bits and bobs, and yeah, best friends. So that's why I like these events.
Adam Weedle said, "Don't forget Rob Random and Steve Pettican."
Well, actually, I've got their names down as a shout out, but yeah.
No, Stephen Pettican and Jeff Mellard.
Oh, Steve Pettican's Welsh cakes, by the way, they're the best.
I'm waiting to have them Welsh cakes when I was brought on a delicacy by my mum making them, so they're on my list.
Stephen Pettican's missus makes them, and they're absolutely gorgeous, aren't they?
You know what? we like them that much over the Christmas period. We actually bought some. Look,
but we've not eaten them
this is
yet.
for you, Steve Pettican. Look.
Do you know, my mum had the Welsh cake griddle, plus the recipe, but when she passed away, my brother, he had the griddle, so I've got to get one myself and try and recreate my mum's.
At Detectable, make sure you see Stephen Pettican, because he brings a massive tub full.
Yeah.
Pettican, you're on my list.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, this hobby for me, basically, in a nutshell, obviously, I'm privileged to be with Jackie. We have our banter between us.
There is a lot of bad people.
Yeah,
but the good people outweigh.
There's a lot of people out there who are jealous when they see people's videos on YouTube or whatever they share on social media. And obviously, they show a gold state or whatever it is, and people are saying, "Oh, you planted that." Blah,
instead of being happy for you.
I mean, to me, than going out with just me and Jackie, I'd rather go out on, which we do every week. We go out with a great bunch of people, obviously Steve, Harry, and a lot of people. I mean, when you find something amazing, like you find a hammer coin, or I find a hammer coin, or a bit of silver, I mean, the buzz I get is just showing it around people, or, vice versa, when they see something and they go, "Oh, let's have a look at that," and it's just amazing. I mean, you make so many friends over this hobby. I mean, we've made loads of friends all over the world in this hobby, which makes it priceless for me, to be honest with you. We've had some amazing things. I mean, one of the funniest things I did on a weekender, I got drunk on a weekender one night, and I got dressed up as Elvis, didn't I? Remember it? It's on my videos.
Oh, the very first weekend, right?
Yeah.
My dad was there.
Yeah. And it comes out of the darkness, someone's filming it on the camera, and there's just like a little bit of light, and it comes out with Elvis, with the metal detector in my hand, didn't I? The H250. And I start singing.
And the band in the tent, in the marquee, started playing Elvis songs.
Yeah.
So we said, "John, go run up in the tent."
Oh, we've had some amazing times, but that's what it's about. Obviously, I, like Alan and a couple of other people have experienced the first weekenders this year, but I mean, these social events, mate, are amazing, especially stuff like this. It's priceless. That's what does it for me with metal detecting. It just keeps me going. And
so are you both at Spring Detectable this year?
We're not sure because
yeah,
I'm not working at the minute, so
yeah,
it depends on.
We're saving up for it, but hopefully we can go. Yeah.
Unless we just go camping.
Yeah, I mean, we
do want to go because Chicago Run's going this year.
Oh yeah.
And we've Skyped with Chicago Run for about 10 years now, haven't we?
Yeah.
And I'd like to meet.
We've known Chicago Run for a while. He has his own digs and blah blah. And
he's going.
He is obviously. He announced it the other day on his Facebook, or I think it was YouTube, that he's actually, because obviously he's seen all the videos. There's millions of it, isn't he? Detectable all the things. Oh, can I just say as well? Scotty B's got a big weekend this year.
He certainly has.
Yes.
I've actually, Scotty's asked me, I speak a little bit more about it in depth, let people know, explain what it is. But I said, Scotty, we'll get you on the show and you can do it yourself. But basically, that's in July, and it's called Detecticon, and it's run by North of Tyne Metal Detecting Group on Facebook. And if you want any more information on Detecticon, which is in Northumberland, so it's some great prime land by all accounts. Scotty's very, very excited about it, and obviously it adds to another fantastic year of events that's planned this year.
It's more of a choice for people, isn't it?
We're open,
It is,
we're open
yeah.
to go to that one.
It's
as
an
well.
open market, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
That-
Well, we've also been asked by Scotty. Obviously, we produced the physical version of the magazine, the paper version, and Scotty's asked us, would we please publish one in time for then? So one of this year's magazines that we're actually putting out of the Archaeology Metal Detecting magazine will be an official one for Detecticon. So we're greatly looking forward to that event, and hopefully Luke will be able to make the big drive up from wherever he lives down south, Eastbourne way. I can never remember the county.
Essex, is he Essex?
Oh, Andrew Jones is talking about as Mrs. Scones. We've had some of our Mrs.
Oh, yeah.
Scones
As well as the Welsh cakes, we have
Yeah.
Andrew Jones as Mrs. Carroll. She always bakes us scones.
Yeah.
I need to come out more. I've been in the heartlands in the centre of the UK for the past year metal detecting. I need to come back north, come back home.
Yeah.
But definitely.
I'm only in Congleton, but it's I've ended up in Wolverhampton and surrounding areas a lot in the past year. So yeah, I need to come back north.
Even when we're in Wales, we're not too far from you.
No,
not at all.
Give us a shout, mate. I mean, we'll enjoy your company. It'd be great to, you can gladly come out with us, mate.
You've met the cheese man.
Yeah.
I have indeed.
Yeah. He won all the prizes on the raffle.
Yeah, he actually won the metal detector, the Routers Alter, on the first weekend of 2 years ago.
Yeah.
On the Polish weekend, he won the Routers.
And he won all the prizes at Dave's.
Yeah.
Rally as well.
Yeah.
Well, have you noticed if him winning them and Digger Dawn's there, Digger Dawn always wins the alcohol. Well, used to be alcohol. She started making other things now, but or every dig I put on, she won the alcohol.
Yes,
even the Buckfast.
She won the chocolate vodka.
That's right, yeah.
The raspberry vodka. She had everything.
Our mate on Detectable, didn't he? What's his name? Bloody hell. From Australia.
What?
Oh, the one who won the axe.
Yeah.
Oh, John
Yes,
Smith.
Jonathan Smith, sorry.
Blackadder's
He messaged me while I was there.
Awesome axe.
He won everything.
I entered it, and obviously I think it was a 5 and a head. And he messaged me and goes, "Oh, I've won the axe." And I went, "You little person, yeah." And obviously on the big raffle as well.
He won the CTS.
Amazing.
Wow.
Obviously, it's a good charity. You know, they raise on these big events. Detectable. He won a CTX 3030 as well, didn't he? Yeah, couldn't believe it.
I actually put together a post on the Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine on Sunday, which was, I know we'd done the review a couple of weeks ago with Scotty B and Chris Rogers, Addicted to Bleeps, but I also put it into a readable version as well. And obviously, because I put all the best finds of the year. Well, then I thought, it's not just that, it's everything else. And one of the things I did put on was Detectable 2019. And they ended up raising a massive 33,000, I think it was, which was between 3 organisations. Sorry, no, it was more. Sorry, I'm thinking totally wrong. It was 33,000, a massive amount. No, sorry, no, it wasn't. They raised 9,000 for the Let's Get Ellis Active. The little boy who was there, lovely young lad, and obviously that's helped them immensely. But also the Rodney Cook Memorial, they raised 33,000 for charity last year, and that was the thing. So, there's so many good things that have gone on and will continue to go on in the metal detecting community. Well,
on our digs every Sunday, Steve, he gives half the money to the farmer, and then the other half, it'll go to a non-profitable charity in the local area.
Yeah.
But we usually get a letter back from them saying thank you.
Obviously, like from the Farmer's Choice or whatever it is. Yeah. We went to one of the friends of the farmer's daughter's friend had some medical problems.
She needed a big operation.
Yeah, she needed an operation. So
she had diabetes. So is it?
So a lot of the money went straight to her, and even the farmer, the farmer's wife, shall I say, was making bacon and sausage sandwiches, which everyone bought, and all that. Man,
Yeah.
you know, it's an amazing do, isn't it? You know, it's priceless. Can I just say about metal detecting? I mean, when I first started metal detecting, when I was saying, as Jackie said, when Jackie started trying to get me into it, you always seem to see it as like an old person's hobby, you know, like a pensioner's hobby, shall I say?
Yeah.
People who've retired.
I was only 7
mean,
when I first
no.
started this.
You'd be surprised how many young people are into metal detecting
Oh, yeah.
nowadays. There's loads of them. I mean, I think it's due to, you know, like social media, like YouTube. Obviously, YouTube's blown out of the water. There's millions of subscribers, people who do videos out there now all over the world, stuff all over the place. So I think it's a wider field now across the spectrum, metal detecting, if you ask me.
I think it always has been, John. It's just it wasn't.
No, I was always under the impression
Publicised.
it was an old man's hobby. You
I
know,
think that's how most people did used to see it, because
yeah.
it with all of the likes of now myself work, I'm at work all the time, as you are yourself, John. Luckily, as a couple, you can get out together on a Sunday. Obviously, I do other things on a Sunday with the family or what have you, but I think in the past it's been looked at as retired gentlemen taking up the hobby. But now, over the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years, it's so many people. I mean, even now you go to a dig, how many kids do you see actually on a dig? How many kids did you see at Detectable? There were young kids everywhere detecting. Phenomenal.
Yeah,
well, actually,
we've got
she'll tell you.
my little mate Bobby. He's on. He said he was 10 on my video, but he's 7.
He's 7 years old. Metal detectors.
He's got his own setup, earphones, shovel. We've got him a little coat.
Yeah.
A luminous coat.
By the way, his granddad has been in the hobby.
Oh, yeah.
We've known for a long time. He's been in the hobby for over 40 years. He went all over the country back in the day when the machines were busy rubbish. You name it, this fella's found it, by the way. So he's got his grandkid into it now. So he's been minding him over Christmas. And this little Bobby fella, he's a cheeky little so-and-so, isn't he?
Follows me around.
But he's got a little Garrett H250. And he actually found a Welsh Fusiliers badge on Sunday.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he was over the moon. So, you know, the people his age is, 7.
Well, that's
So
and he loves,
you just mentioned about the Ace 250 with a 7-year-old. My 7-year-old, I've been actually waiting for the new Nocta Macro mini hood to come out, thinking that would be suitable. The Garrett Ace 250, that's fine with him, yeah?
Oh, he loves it. Basically, he's got the stem right down to nothing.
Yeah.
He's got the standard stock coil on it. And
the earphone wire's a bit long, so we have to wrap it round.
Yeah, but honest to God, Jackie's got, I think you've got some videos on that, haven't we? Yeah.
I don't film him because I don't like.
Yeah, we don't film them, but
obviously,
from what he found. But
you can hear him speaking in the background.
Yeah, and he's a character, but I mean, he's great to have him on board.
On my video, I said to him, "How old are you, Bobby?" And he goes,
10.
I'm 10. And I'm like, "You're a bit small for 10." And then I asked his granddad. He goes, "Well, all lads say they're older than they are, don't they, to the women?"
Yeah.
It's like funny.
I mean, metal detecting is really, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, people like me who've promoted in the past, because I've been on YouTube for about 9 years. I haven't got one of the biggest channels. I've only got probably about 3,500 subscribers. I mean, you get people like Aaron's took me over completely. He's only been doing it a couple of years.
Yeah, but they work at their channel.
Yeah, they work at the channels. I mean, I've been lazy with work and stuff, but I mean, good luck to them people. It's good. But it's nice to share the hobby. But I think with YouTube and social media, it's getting a lot more people into the hobby. Maybe it's a good thing, or maybe it's a bad thing.
I will say, archaeologists don't like the videos.
I don't know.
We've had a lot of comments from archaeologists that don't like the videos.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So
that's the nature of the beast, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But we try not to show. We just show the ground, basically, don't we? We don't really show the area.
I mean, in my videos, I like to show the events. Obviously, I act stupid because, I mean,
Because you are stupid.
No. Right.
I'm just truthful.
The reason I wanted a unique YouTube channel, because obviously I've seen some in the past. I'm not mentioning people's names, and they're showing everything to dig up, and it's a bit of foil and stuff and all that. Blah,
That's
blah,
like
blah.
me. That's
But I
like me.
thought, how can I make it a bit more entertaining? I mean, when I find something rubbish, I'll probably say, dog's ass and throw it back in the hole. But I don't actually, when I throw it in the back of the hole and go like that, basically it's saying it's rubbish to me. But I actually take it out of the hole, people don't see that and stuff. I just see it as a bit of entertainment.
Yeah, people say stop burying your crap.
Yeah,
back in your jar.
but I don't actually do that. Obviously, we fill the holes in properly. I just want to be, I don't know, I just want to be a bit more different than have a laugh. And that's all it is.
And you
Life's too
certainly
short.
are. You certainly are. There's so many
Life's too
videos that
short.
are samey, and yours are certainly not samey.
Yeah.
And I say
just
that
like
in a
to
nice
laugh.
way.
No, thanks. I like to be different. I mean, the thing with YouTube is obviously you've got to stand out to be a bit more different. I think the only thing that'll let my channel down, obviously, when I got into jet ski and actually made a Google account just before, I think YouTube come out when I just started me jet skiing. No, it was just after. So I couldn't be bothered changing the channel name. I think what lets my channel down is obviously metal detecting isn't actually mentioned, or any metal detecting related is not my channel name. I think that's what lets my channel down. I haven't got the views, unfortunately.
But at the same time, I was speaking about something totally different with Luke before.
Yeah.
You've actually got your brand. Your Jet Ski John is your brand.
Yeah.
Everybody knows you as Jet Ski John.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When I first met you and I asked, I don't know who it was, he was that over there then. That's Jet Ski John. Oh, right. I've heard of Jet Ski John. Obviously, I've heard of Jet Ski John. So it's
the
your
thing
brand,
is-
same as Archaeology Metal Detecting Magazine is our brand.
That's why I said to him, you can't change your name now
Well,
because
I
everyone
was thinking of
knows
changing it,
you.
but people are saying, well, don't change it because obviously,
You're just
people know you as what you are. But
Yeah.
it's obviously, I'm not worried about. I mean, the reason none of my videos are monetized. I don't make 1 penny out of my videos. Obviously, some people do. They choose to, whatever. Yeah.
You couldn't anyway.
All my videos
if you swear on
is
them.
obviously just history to look back on of my videos. I've got everything backed up on a big hard drives, and that's all it is. It's just basically a video diary. That's what I use YouTube for my channel. I'm not in it for the fame. I'm not in it for the money. Obviously, I've only got like 3,500 videos. I don't want to be a big superstar. I just do it to look back on my videos. So I just made this channel to put the video content up. Yeah, that's what my channel's about. In a nutshell. Yeah.
And mine were just.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jackie, you've still got over 1,000 subscribers. So you must be doing something right.
Yeah.
And I do get the same people comment every time. A lot are in America as well, for some reason.
Well, listen, I only usually do the show for an hour, but John's been on tonight, and it's 10 to 10. So
I know I'm getting restless.
if I
Can I ask you a question?
You-
Can I ask you one question?
ask
before
me
you
whatever you want.
go? Right. What's on your bucket list? You're probably being asked, but I want to turn it around now and ask.
What's on my bucket list? For top of my bucket list, it always has been is Bronze Age axe head.
I'll go then.
Yeah,
Go by it.
shut up. Other than that, I mean, to me, what's more important is actually getting out more than I've been able to. Because the more I get out, the more I'm going to find. And I'm going to learn more about metal detecting. It's all right to sit here and speak to people, but most of the people I speak to are far more experienced and far more knowledge than I have. I'm just a conduit between yourselves and people who want to listen. So, but top of the list, if I find a Bronze Age axe head, I could probably say I retire now because it's been on me. I won't, because there'll be other things that pop up thereafter, but that's the top of my list.
But it's something to keep on carrying on a hobby for, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, you've got to keep on going. and
He wants
going.
to wrap it up, John. You've been on 2 hours.
Oh, sorry.
2 hours.
Well, I'll end the show then. I will ask you both to any more shout outs or any more last things that you want to say.
I just want to thank everybody who we've come across, we've met.
Over the years, I say we've been doing
For the
it
friendships.
quite a couple of years. I mean, for us,
People who took us out on their
as I
land.
say, like John Webb, Amanda, I've got Tommy,
You've already shouted all them.
Daniel, obviously people who aren't.
He's going
longer
around
with
again.
us. But to people we've been detecting with in the past, obviously, it's been amazing and epic, and obviously in 2020 it's going to continue. hopefully we'll be at some more detectables. I'm going to carry on, hopefully, get me backside together, make more videos. Obviously, Jackie makes her videos recently, more often than I do. But we want to meet more people, share the love with the hobby. Obviously, we want to see their finds, and obviously, if we find something, we want to show them our finds, and that's what it's all about. But the most important to me is friendship across this social media. We've met some amazing people over the years, so may it continue in 2020.
Right, I'm going to let this cat out now, John.
I certainly hope it does from ourselves as well. So,
Thanks for having
YouTube,
us.
Yeah.
you're more than welcome. YouTube, it's Jackie Smith Metal Detecting and Jet Ski John 2006. So if you look for them on YouTube, obviously they'll pop up. If Jet Ski John, just put that and you'll find him, no doubt. And obviously you'll see them on Facebook in Metal Detecting Britain and Beyond, Andy Jones's group and other groups. Give them a shout. I'm sure you'll be glad to chat with anybody at any time.
Thanks for having us.
Especially me, anyway, because I don't shut up.
So next week, currently, we have Mr. Lance Goolsby from Global Detecting Adventures on. I'm just waiting for Lance to confirm. Following week, we have Stephen Gray. If work allows, he will be coming on in the near future, but if work allows, he'll be on as well. The third on the 26th. The first one in March is Mr. Stephen Pettican making his debut on the show. Looking forward to speaking to Steve immensely. He's been a massive advocate of the show. He's always in the chat room. He's always listened. So can't wait to learn a lot more about himself. We have multiple other guests lined up as well, which we're looking forward to greatly. Don't forget to go onto the Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine website and Facebook groups, the Big Metal Detecting radio show. I keep saying podcast, but we've renamed it as well. Thank you to Luke Higgins tonight again for doing the video cast. I get a bit caught up watching the videos, watching you speak, John and Jackie. I'm watching you tonight, and I'm forgetting there's other things I need to be doing, like looking at the questions and what have you. So, but yeah, thoroughly enjoying the video. And I have the list of people who I always thank as well. Treasure Hunting Magazine, Leisure Promotions, Regton's, North of Time Metal Detecting Club, South Coast Detecting, Metal Detecting Media Facebook, South East Metal Detecting Rallies, Steve Pettican, The Debays, Finder Fields, Mr. Tony Kaywood, Gary Cook, Gary Blackwell, and all the other listeners tonight. Thank you all very much. John and Jackie, it's been an absolute pleasure. Was that one of my elusive patches then?
No, I've got one of your patches, the Archie mag. I'm going to put on my jumper.
Do you know how lucky you are to have one of them? Because I forgot to bring them with me.
Yeah, I know.
Aaron lost his on the grass, and I found it. So
I sent him in the post.
He's looking to have his as well.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you both. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking tonight. You can put your Skype down whenever you want. I'm just going to play out with a bit of music. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I'll decide shortly. And speak to everybody next week. It's been a pleasure. Good night, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.
Right, so I've got all that lead, tons of it. Big piece of a bronze kind of pot. Just all kinds, looks like it's probably off farm machinery or something. But look at that. That looks crazy. It's got like, I don't know what that's for. Is it a tool? Is it off a farm tractor? Don't know. So anyway, all them little bits. A stair carpet gripper. I've not had one of them for ages. Looks like the top of a barrel, tap key. Minium's glasses. That's a flower seal. Someone said it's Hungarian, so I'm not sure. One of those little trading tokens. It's got a cross and pellets, musket ball, a little pin. They're like the ones you see in Roman togas through the leather. It's probably from a horse saddle or something like that. I've never had one of those before. It's like a horse harness, but double-sided. A military button. And a World War. What looks like he's blowing a bugle. It's kind of cool, made of lead. You can tell the soil's really black. That's lead. Probably have to put him in some bleach to get him clean. The tiniest button I ever saw. Stud button. And 3 coins. That's a penny and a halfpenny. George V, both are 1919. The date's there somewhere. 1919, and so is that one. That one, it's like Queen Victoria. It's quite smooth. It's almost silvery. It's not. So yeah, I'm now just going to quickly show you my roundup for the year of Roman finds and silver. Okay, right, so I've got 13 silvers. I know that doesn't sound a lot to some, but I really tried really hard for those 13 silvers, trust me. And my oldest one, I think that was 194 AD, Vespasian, Roman silver denarii, and 1 hammered coin. There's an Edward I. So 1 hammered and 1 Roman silver for the year. But I'm still happy with that because that one was a first, a bucket lister. I had a William shilling, that's like 1696-ish. 2 George III bullet shillings, and 2 Queen Victoria. One's a 6pence and one's a 3pence. It's not going to focus. Come on. Anyways, a 3pence and a 6pence. A couple of George. That one's battered, chopped in half. They're all full silver. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 full silver and 3 half silver. A 1941 crown. George the 6th is that? Yeah, George the 6th. Bit of damage to it from where the fields have been burnt, but I'm still happy because that's the first as well. So out of them there, that's a first. The William shillings are first, and that's a first. So 3 firsts there. Then I got those 2 that were stuck together right at the beginning of the year. I got the silver bracelet, 925. I still think it's off a watch chain there, pocket watch, because the year before I did find a part of that chain. And that weird brooch that apparently goes on a walking cane. Someone else found one exactly the same. So that's that. I had 2 bronze Roman coins, really battered, but they are Roman. And I had a first here as well, a Roman brooch. It's got a bit of silver in there, if you can see. Apparently it's a knee buckle, a knee brooch, sorry. I'm not sure if something's broke off there. The flow said it wasn't, but it would have had 3 pieces of the silver there. So yeah, made it with that.